right, y'all? What's good? I haven't been on here in a minute. In a freaking hot minute. I got my hair. I cut my hair. I got earrings. And yeah. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about, the Dark Night of the Soul, man. This is something I went through for, 3 years. 3 years of like hell. Like, it wasn't like always hell, of course, I had fun times, good times, but it was like, just like in the back of my mind, there's always like this sense of doom and hell and fucking ass. It sucked. So I just felt like life was never, it was like a nightmare, but not like a scary nightmare. It was a nightmare like you just wanted to leave. Like, you wouldn't care if you were alive or you were dead. That's what it was. So, it can be very difficult, it can be very challenging, and it's not always, sometimes you can't bypass it, really. You can't bypass it. You got to go through it, because it really does make you a better person. It helps you develop a deep metaphysical appreciation and love for life. And I don't think we understand that could literally not be understated. That's one of the most important things in life, is to just genuinely love life. And a lot of people never even get there because they don't even know that that's important. But that's so important for your well-being, for the well-being of those around you, for the work that you do, for everything that you do and who you're being. The love, it's almost like you develop this love for life, and that's the space where you create from. And that's so important. So what's happening here is if you're conscious and awake, if you have any sort of, spiritual awakening, you're going to go through this at some point if you haven't gone through it already. So I'm not going to say, prepare, get ready, be scared. No, it's going to hit you when you don't know it. It's just going to like how it hit me. It was like, I was playing soccer, football for y'all in Europe, or I was playing soccer at a really high level, and it was like one of the biggest games of the season, and I made I play center back, so I made like a game-winning ping, and then a ping is like a long ball, and he got a penalty, and we scored and we won the game. And after that, I dreamed of this moment, like I dreamed of those things, like literally visualized those things, but when it happened, I didn't feel right, like something felt off. And ever since that day, I never felt it. I never felt it. Like, it always felt bittersweet. Like a bittersweet symphony. So it was really difficult because I was always so motivated, and I'm chewing gum. I was always so motivated and driven to be the best I could be, and to go through that was really hard. Really hard. But it made me, it really changed me, deeply who I am as a person. It changed who I am. And I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what I was feeling at the time. But what I was essentially feeling was the end of who I thought I was. Because that's what's happening here. You're dying, and then you're being reborn. And that rebirth process, dying process can feel, shitty, but like the rebirth process is where you really feel the hurt and the pain, because you're shedding old shit. So, like I said, you can't bypass this. It's not something you can bypass. But I will say I did make it hard for myself. And one of those reasons, because I tried to bypass it, and, I kept going on YouTube and asking, how long does this last? And how this and that. you kind of gotta just go through it. Really, you have to learn to sit with yourself. And I'm not saying, meditate for an hour. If you want to, you can. I don't know. But what I'm saying is you have to learn to sit with those feelings and not try and run away from them. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes to just, let go and start shedding it. And have to feel into your emotional body. Like, you can feel into your emotional body. You can close your eyes and like really feel where you're tight, feel where there's tension, and you can let go of it. And over time, you become lighter, become more pure, and that's how you clear your energy body. But first, I would suggest that you detox your body. And what I mean by that is, because this would have saved me, I'd say 2 years. I would have been in it for like 2 years instead of what? I said 3 is more like 4. So it was more like 4. This would have saved me 2 years, I'd say. So what I mean by detox is that our world is filled with lots of shit. Lots of poisons, toxins, heavy metals. Our bodies are fucked up. Our guts are fucked up. Parasites. Fucking, we're inside too much. We don't get enough sunlight. We don't socialize enough. And these things can be healed, essentially. So where I'd say start is, I'll list off a few people here. So a few people that you can follow is Josh Mason from the Detox Dudes. He's awesome. Jonathan White from Sexual Kung Fu. He's awesome. Who else? I'll give you those two. So I'll give my perspective now. So, detox your body. And what I mean by detox, I don't mean like fucking green juices from the store and shit. I mean like thoroughly detoxing, like getting rid of the heavy metals and getting the parasites in balance, cleaning up your diet. And I highly suggest that you eat nutrient-dense foods like animal foods and stuff like that. I was vegan for half this process, and it fucking really, I think that was half the reason, to be honest. It really fucked me up. So I suggest you eat as much nutrient-dense foods as possible. So yeah, I don't suggest you go vegan. So, and because I'm saying that because I saw a lot of people saying, you need to feel lighter and you're transcending and you're awakening and you gotta eat light foods and you can't slow yourself down with heavy foods. All right. No, don't do that. Bad idea. Your lifestyle, get to grounding, get to sunbathing, we can start taking care of yourself, your skincare, coffee enemas, saltwater flushes. So let's wrap it up here. What I would suggest for you to do is this with the detox stuff. So begin with, go on Amazon, get activated charcoal called Takesumi Supreme. Get that, and then start doing saltwater flushes once a week with 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and 16 ounces of water. You have 1 glass with the salt and the apple cider vinegar, and you have 1 glass with just water. Drink that, you'll shit for 4 hours. Get an enema kit, do coffee enemas. Start making juices, start eating animal foods, high quality. Look into liver flushes. Then I'll give you supplement. I'll give you lists, but just start with that. Binders and colon cleansing and foods. So after that, I would begin, seeing professionals, and this is also part of, detox and stuff. So get your blood work done, get an oligo scan, which shows you the list of heavy metals and stuff like that. Acupuncturist, chiropractors, all that stuff. And if you need therapy, I would suggest it. It is expensive, but I would suggest it. And remember, you're investing in yourself, really. Like, that's the greatest investment, not in a fucking 401k. The best investment you can make is in your knowledge and your health and your growth as a human being, because that pays dividends over time, even greater than any index fund can. And throughout this whole process, you'll be doing, emotional work. You'll be doing spiritual work, what I mean by that is like the pain body stuff and the emotional body stuff I was talking about, and shadow work, journaling, stuff like that. When things come up, you feel them. When you get triggered, you feel it, and try to make time for people every day. Get out, go to the club. I do just do sports, whatever you like. And I know that could be hard because I went through it and you don't feel like really doing anything. But do your best. Just even if that means going to the store and just, smiling at people you come across, that's fine. But yeah, do sports, go dance at the club. Literally, there's endless possibilities for socialization. You just gotta do them. And once you actually get through it, you'll actually want to do those things. Okay, so you'll actually, want to do those things, and it won't be so difficult. So, and like I said, I spent so much time wondering when it would be over, when I would be able to, just be at peace in my mind again. And I'm telling you, detox helped so much with that. It lifted so much like pain and shit off me, that it became just like easier to just be and to think and to just act in the world. So what nihilism and the dark night of the soul give you is, like I said, a deep metaphysical appreciation for life and a love for life, essentially. So no matter how bad it gets, just remember it all means nothing. This is what nihilism teaches you. When you go through it properly, right? Many people treat nihilism as a philosophy and they take it as an identity. The problem with this, you can't live like this. You can't. How you integrate nihilism properly is you go through it. You go through it. And what I mean by that is fucking running water. Fuck. Whatever, we're gonna go. And what I mean by that is you go through it properly. You realize that your nihilism, you think that everything's meaningless, but that's also meaningless. That's the funny thing, is that everything is actually meaningless. And when you do that, you get infinite meaning, infinite love, and just infinity. And that's a very, very special feeling. Like, I can't describe how good that feeling is when you integrate nihilism and you realize that, oh shit, like, fuck. I can't even describe it. It's so awesome. And it sounds weird because, there's a big push for, I feel like now especially, there's a big push for, religion and religion values, almost like stepping back to traditional values. And traditional values do have a very pivotal role in the world and in your life. But religion as a value is, I don't want to say it's toxic, but it's not truth. It's not the truth. So instead of going through nihilism, you bag up because you may not be ready to go through it and stuff like that. So you retreat to religion and to a religious identity instead of a nihilistic identity. What I'm suggesting to you is that you transcend both. And then with that, you get infinity. You become who you always wanted to be. And once you feel better, the better it gets, the better it gets. And never forget that, you know, life is so worthwhile. I've literally, I was on the brink of like killing myself so many times because it was so difficult. And I look back now, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so glad I did. Like, really. And I know you can too. I'm here for you. That's why I made this video. If you need to, should I move the table? If you need to text me or whatever, or email me or whatever, my email is in the about page on my YouTube. So, or you can go to my Instagram and DM me, whatever. And yeah, best of luck and peace.